So wow, this is impressive so far. I've managed to get myself high-centered here. Yeah, that didn't take long, did it?
All right, let's pause it right there for just a second. I think I need to explain first how we got here.
In the expansive and rugged Texas hill country, giant boulders extend from the ground and...
Okay, let's just get into it.
All right, James, where are we today?
Today we're at Wolf Caves.
Out in the hill country of Texas, and we're out here today in the GX. And then, James, what are you driving?
I'm driving my Nissan Xterra as always.
Awesome, cool. So this is our first time out here at Wolf Caves, and we're gonna go drive the trails today, see what kind of trouble we can get into. So one of the things I was noticing is, whereas most trails, like the greens, are the easy trails, and then it kind of goes green, blue, red.
Every place I've ever been.
Out here, little different. So white is the main trail, blue is the easy, green is the moderate, and I guess this is like kind of an amber color is difficult, and then red is extreme. So it's kind of color spaghetti out here. Anyway, we're gonna see what we can get into. I know it's really rocky out here. So Wolf Caves, it's known for being really rocky. They've got these giant boulders out here that you'll see today. The hill country is known for having a lot of rocks, right? We just know that. But then Wolf Caves in particular, along with Katemcy, they're both known for having just giant rocks.
Massive.
And so, I mean, our cars, they're set up for overlanding, some mild rock crawling. So
More
we're
so
not
than anything else.
We're not going to get crazy today because we got to drive it home. So we're going to take it a little bit easy. We want to make sure we drive home. But anyway, we're going to go drive the trails, see what we can get into, and we'll take you along.
We looked at the map and charted a course to some of the easier trails to start off the day. It wasn't long before we were reminded of why Wolf Caves is considered to be some of the most technical rock crawling in the state. From here, we approached our first trail of the day, and it brings us back to the beginning of this video when things went south. In the video, we described this as being the easiest level of trail, but after looking at the map more closely, we realized we were in fact on a moderate level trail.
Take a look here and see what I did. I mean, honestly, we're on the white trail at this point.
This is the highway.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
You can see that I am high-sided right there. So I am thinking that the best solution here is it's gonna be to get the traction mats off the roof. Concern is going forward, it's nothing but rocks here, and
this is the easiest.
This is supposed to be the easiest part of the trail here. Hey, James, what did we get ourselves into?
Got ourselves into a mess. Big mess.
Now, as long as I can get some traction on that traction board, I should be okay. If I can't get traction, James may have to pull me off this rock. All right, so I'm still stuck. What I've got to figure out is a way to get a little bit more traction on this other side so that I can either pull myself up or back off. And so I've taken another traction board and I've shoved it up underneath the tire there. The hope is I will get enough traction that I can back myself up and not be high-centered anymore. And then we can figure out how to proceed down this hellacious trail that we're on. This is the easiest kind of trail, by the way.
Got to reiterate that enough.
It's gonna be a long day. All right, let's give it a try.
You want me to get my jerk strap out and just slowly pull you from the back?
Yeah. All right, we've tried. The traction boards are not going to get it, so we can either winch ourselves out or we can have James just give me a pull with the jerk strap. So now we're just gonna have James give me a pull.
I think we got a little cocky. I think we got a little high and mighty and said, no, we'll be fine. We've seen other vehicles of about our caliber come out and do this.
Yep.
And this is the first obstacle we've hit. We already high-sided a vehicle. There doesn't appear to be any major damage as we were inspecting the underside, so we got off lucky there.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got a little cocky on this one. I think we probably should have been spotting each other. And it's a good lesson for people to learn that when you come out here, you have to be humble on these trails because they'll jump up and bite you. The traction mats didn't work. We tried it on both sides. We tried stuffing rocks in there. We tried rocking it front and back. Nothing worked. The only other option we really had at that point was either to winch ourselves out or have you pull me out. but having you pull me out depends on me having a partner here with me on the trail. So
Yep.
good lesson to always drive with a buddy.
You're at the rock, give her some gas. There you go.
Licking our wounds from the very first trail of the day, we regrouped and plotted a course for some other trails at the park. It wasn't long until we reached our next obstacle, or at least so we thought.
What's the matter, big boy?
I'm scared. I'm really scared.
To be fair, James recently sank his Xterra in a mud hole out at Northwest OHV that looked completely fine, but ended up swallowing his entire car. A couple $1,000s later, and a whole lot of time spent cleaning out every body panel and interior carpet, James is much more careful now when wading through water of unknown depth.
So James here is contemplating the meaning of life. And by that, I mean whether he wants to cross this water crossing. I think it's going to be a little bit muddy.
I think it'll be muddy too. All this rain that we've been having, and as wet as this already looks, off on the left here.
I'm going to do the old toss a rock into the pool trick here, just to get a sense for how deep it is. So let's see what it sounds like.
Pretty deep.
That looks about 6 to 8 inches to me.
I think it's doable.
So James here is doing something pretty smart. He's going to take his jerk strap and hook it up to the back of his car so that if he gets stuck, it'll be easier for him to just toss that jerk strap back to me, and then I can pull him out of the depth.
Alright, so clearly we overthought this. I mean, the water wasn't that deep, and we ended up going off to the side anyway to avoid the deepest part of the water. But you know what? Better safe than sorry. Having learned from our experience earlier in the day, we resorted to spotting each other like responsible human beings.
Okay, you're going to feel a rock, but don't worry about it.
And slowly, you're gonna hit the rock on your back right, but you're clear up here. So turn hard. And stop. And I'm thinking you just follow that line up, you're totally good. Hold on. You got clearance all day.
Swing wide. There you go.
The symbolism of the Texas flag stuck in the rock was not lost on us. It was like we were planting our flag just by making it down one single trail. We enjoyed a few moments discussing the day, getting stuck, the challenging nature of Wolf Caves, but our time here was closing and it was time to head for the gate. Nothing washes down a hard day on the trail like a cold beer, so James and I returned to camp at Dos Rios on the Llano River to reminisce on our adventures of the day at Wolf Caves.
Wolf Caves today, that was intense.
Usually there's a lot of like very beginners level stuff and then very high-end level stuff, and I feel like that one just kind of throws you straight into what I would call like the mediums of most parks.
We've been to several of the parks now, and I was surprised at how extreme a lot of the trails were. So we got stuck today, and that sucks, but you know, it's just part of wheeling. We managed to recover. We got out. It was you know, we didn't wreck any vehicles. We're still able to drive everything. You know, compared to other parks in Texas, you know, their easy trails are harder than other parks.
And their hard trails are
way harder. The way I would describe Wolf Caves, it's a rock crawling park versus an off-road park like Hidden Falls or Northwest OHV. I mean, there were trails out there that, like you said, it was literally a vertical wall. Yeah, I think, you know, for anybody that's thinking about going out to Wolf Caves, I mean, I would say first and foremost, it's a rock crawling park. You know, for people like us that are in SUVs, like, you're going to have a tough time out there. You know, it's aggressive. You need to have some kind of really aggressive vehicle to tackle most of the trails, right? It's very technical, and, you know, you just need to be ready for that. You definitely need a spotter, and I would definitely recommend that you bring some recovery gear. I had a great time.
I had a fantastic time. It was just difficult.
Yeah, it was. It was and butt puckering and tense and fun and exciting all in one.
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what, I've worked up an appetite. We need to get this fire burning because we got some big old steaks that we need to cook tonight. And it's getting down to 28 degrees tonight. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be chilly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good day on the trail.
Great day on the trails.